Okay, I don't have a flip camera, but I have my iPad, and we will start this Penn Point. This episode of Penn Point is going to be brought to you by Netflix. But maybe it just won't make you throw up from my once again, this gesture, holding the hands. The U.S. developed vaccine could eliminate breast cancer. This is on Fox News. A doctor from the Cleveland Clinic claims he developed a vaccine that could prevent breast cancer and save the lives of millions of women, Fox8.com reports. The treatment was tested in mice and showed overwhelmingly favorable results. This is an unfucking believable story. Now, with any sort of these preliminary tests, you know, you have to be very careful because they most often peter out, and one test doesn't mean anything, and science is all about being able to replicate results. And it's a long way from mouse tests up to human vaccine, and the claims the guy's making are, of course, huge, because he wants to keep going with his research and because he's excited and he's doing more to save women than certainly anybody I've ever met. And I have very good friends that have suffered from breast cancer, and I suppose I could talk about that, but I'm not going to. And I suppose I could talk about how it's the evil corporations and drug companies that are spending the money to do this, and once we get further along in socialized medicine, let's hope that these breakthroughs keep coming through. And for all I know, this was done with government grants anyway, so I don't have a political argument. But I'm not going to talk about that. And I could talk about how whenever I think about the wonder of science, how teary-eyed I get about the men and women who work in science and the amazing things they've done for us all. And I could also talk about how I hate pseudoscience and the people who claim and prey upon people who are sick and suffering with homeopathy and faith healing, and people that go on TV and talk about how they wished away their breast cancer and therefore blame the victim for their own breast cancer, which I think is despicable. And I could talk about all that, but I really want to talk about on this is when I read this story, I realized that there was a phrase that came into my head that I had never had in my head before, and that phrase was mouse tits. I've never thought about mouse tits. Of course, mice are mammals. Of course they have tits. But have you ever thought mouse tits? And you read this about developing a breast cancer vaccine, and you start thinking about it. It says 6 further mice were bred and were injected and all developed tumors, breast cancer tumors. And I think to myself, mouse tits! And I've never thought mouse tits. But now I'm thinking, mouse tits. And so this article not only could save millions of women, and not only makes me feel great about the wonders of science, not only makes me worry about the future of socialized medicine, but also has got in my head the phrase mouse tits. And thank you so much for that. Mouse tits. Netflix delivers movies directly to your home, saving you time, money, and hassle. The last one they delivered to me was My Best Fiend. It's the Klaus Kinski, a movie about Klaus Kinski by Werner Herzog that David Blaine told me I had to watch. It was the best movie ever. Now, normally I don't agree with David Blaine on that much, so I wouldn't take his opinion for anything, but David Blaine's the one who told me to watch The Wrestler, which I had an advanced copy of and didn't think about watching at all, and David Blaine was dead right. So I'm going to be watching My Best Fiend, and I'm going to be watching it on Netflix, because David Blaine did send us a copy of My Best Fiend. He sent it to us as a gift, but Teller, the little creep, copped it and went with it. So I'm going with Netflix, which is better anyway than owning it, because if you own it, you have to store it somewhere. Better to send it back, let them do the filing, let Netflix be your librarian, right? You have all the DVDs in the world, Netflix keeps them. Hey, listen, Netflix, could I please have a copy of Ghostbusters? Sure. Boom, they send it over. It's like having every video in the world and having a guy to run and get it. As a Netflix Unlimited member, you get DVDs by the mail in about 1 business day. And they mean about 1 business day. I'm not kidding. Stuff comes fast. Plus, you can instantly watch thousands of TV episodes and movies streamed directly to your PC, Mac, or right on your TV via Netflix ready devices like the Xbox 360, PS3, and soon the Nintendo Wii console. And of course, it's fabulous for the iPad. God damn, those are some cute kids. Watch as many movies as you want, which is good advice anyways. Watch as many movies as you want. Even out of the Netflix ad, that's really good advice. Watch as many movies as you want. Shipping is free, or as I like to say, you've already paid for it. And there are never any late fees or due dates. Keep the movie as long as you like. DVDs by mail, plus instantly right to your TV. Get unlimited movies 2 ways for only $8.99 a month. That's ridiculous. You know, I'm going to see George Clinton in P-Funk tonight, okay? And I'm going to spend a lot more than that, and I can have a movie of George Clinton and P-Funk. Did George Clinton and P-Funk ever make a movie? I don't know, but they should. Netflix, why don't you start producing movies? I think you already are. Why don't you make a movie of George Clinton and P-Funk? I did a show with George Clinton and P-Funk in New York City. And it was some computer awards thing, and I hosted it. They had George Clinton, and I went down into the restroom next to George Clinton, and I pissed in the urinal right next to George Clinton. And I didn't look at his dick. But I should have. If I was pissing next to Milton Berle, I would look at his dick. Take that to the bank. As a new member and with a Penn Point viewer, you can get a free trial membership. Go to www, or as I like to say, 6U, netflix.com/pen, and sign up now. They're also saying that he is baiting them and he should show respect. You don't have to show respect for a club you don't belong to.